Yo. MX_Fee. How you doing? Morning elusivities. How goes it? Sup, a Pixel Rose. Morning Wolfie Fluff 55. How goes it?
Y'all, it's a day. It's a day. Oh, oh. I hope you're all doing all right. I appreciate y'all coming by. Hello to Fee. Hello to Elusive. Hello to Rose. Hello to Wolfie. Congrats, Rose, on 100 slaps. Jesus. It's been storming really heavily. Hey, Cold. And I think my roof has a leak. I think. My roof has a leak. So I don't know what to do about that. I don't know what to do about anything right now. I'm overwhelmed. I'm stressed out. I'm tired. I'm alive. Let's get on the server. Let's just do stuff. It's yeah, just a lot on my mind. A lot on my mind, and none of it's really where we want it. Now we wait for the game to catch up, because that first login is always a doozy. Blah. Okay. So, hey, Aven. So, Froggo. This is what we did last time we were on. The fog is kind of going through the home right now, but this is what we worked on last time, and this was during our marathon stream. We worked on this tree. It hasn't finished growing. Hey, Somia. Hasn't finished growing or anything. I haven't been on for it to do anything. That vine did reconnect though, which is nice. That vine is connected. Basically, we had placed the one vine down here, but we had planted one up there to reach down, and it finally hit. So we got that little bit. We got these vines going on here. Ugh. But I wanted to show you all something. So I have a mod on my client called Figura, which I've learned about, and we can just be like, you know what? What if I wanted to be a damn flamingo? And I'm a flamingo. So there you go. You ever wanted to be a flamingo in Minecraft? You can be a flamingo in Minecraft. That's what we all want, right? Just to be a flamingo in Minecraft. That armor sparkle, I don't know what causes that, and I need to figure out what, like, is that the, because surely that's not the like the see-through armor, right? Like, I don't think that's that. I know it's been on there forever, but I don't want it anymore. I don't want it. I think, is it show me your skin? I don't think it's show me your skin. No, because that's just enchantment. Glint. I don't know what one actually causes that. Is it this? I don't think it was that. It's probably part of visuality, though. Yep. Shiny armor entries. But I don't want these. Shiny armor enabled. There. Save. I found it. Okay. Hey, JT. But while I was toying with this, I found this, and I figured some people would appreciate this. I can be Trivia Bot. Somebody made Trivia Bot, and I can do quiz. They actually made the whole thing. It's just really impressive, but yeah, I want to toy with that more in the future. Oh, so with the armor stands, I talked to Shy a little bit with a suggestion. With a suggestion that would likely be that would likely benefit the mod and then those who use it. So for those who don't know, if you're trying to edit an armor stand, right, and you're looking through the list for a thing, and you go, I want to find this one, right? And if you do locate, it does that where you're looking at it now. The theoretical conclusion we kind of came to. Yeah, exactly, Evan. If they have Figure installed, they don't have to download anything. They'll just see it as a skin, which is really cool. But basically, the idea was that it shouldn't force you to look at it unless you want it to make you look at it. It should just make it glow. So locate to make it glow would be good, but maybe a shift click to face it. Because whenever you're in this, right? Whenever you're in this, you know where you want to look and edit. And you're like, I found an armor stand, but then it's like, but you need to look at this one. It's like, but I'm editing the thing on its head, which is way up here, and I can't see it now. And that doesn't help anybody, right? Like that's not useful. If the thing I'm editing is here and I'm looking here, I can't see what I'm editing. Which is just a nuisance. And that was, I was talking to Shy about it. As having an alternative. My preference personally, like my thought was to have it so if I click here, I want it to locate. That one over there, the huge floating mud block is a trial piece for so over here I want to be able to it goes down here. It goes right here. It was to see how it looked. Should be like -6, -10. Yeah. It was to see how it looked in the terrain. So it stays up there, but it goes down here. It's when I eventually make a path, I want to move them there. It doesn't need to be there, but it gets to be there. But I have very little energy. I'm very stressed out, and I'm very tired. I did not sleep well. Normally I sleep well during storms, but this was an on and off one with a lot of wind. And it was very more annoying than nice at a certain point. So I don't have a specific plan today. I don't. We were working last time on adding some of the Crimson Roots down. I've noticed you've been on a lot, Avon. But like, I want to do stuff with like the Crimson Roots as kind of a thing, because I think they're a good decoration block. I do need to look around, and I need to find a. I need to find the blue ones in the Nether. We got a lot of the Crimson Roots, but I need to find the blue stuff. So let's see. You go away. Take bone meal with me. Meow. Should be good. Okay. I don't normally explore the Nether, and I'm wondering if other bases have better stuff near where their spot is. So I'm not gonna use my Nether portal. I'm gonna go bug other people's portals. Hello? Thank you. Let's go stare at Avon's. Avon's been busy. Jesus, Avon. Jesus, Avon. I'm assuming this is just outside my render distance, or you stopped at a very weird spot. There it goes. Nope, still missing a bit. Just trying to get close enough to load that chunk so it's not strange. There we go. Yeah, you've been busy. Okay, but I need to go. Where is your Nether portal? I feel like you have a Nether portal. Where's your Nether portal? That way? Thank you. Whoop. I'm exploring other nethers that people have. I need to explore other people's nether regions, okay? This is what I need. That is a wall of doom. Jesus. Okay. This is what I'm after. Not really these, not really the nether sprouts, but I will grab them. I mean, we can trade for quartz Avon, so it's not really a big deal. I can just punch those, right? Yeah, I don't need to waste my shears on that. I only need to use shears if I want the small one, and you know what? Screw it. But yeah, I am specifically after more, shrooms. Calm down, Ghast. Why so unhappy? Ghast should learn how to become happy. That'd be interesting. No. They'd never do that. Hello. Ba-ba-ba-da. Poiple. Okay. You know, I'm glad I picked your portal first, David. Your portal had exactly what I needed right away, so. I have company that I did not sign up for. Excuse me. Haven, I sent you friends. They didn't make it through. Have a good one, Wolfie. It felt like the easiest way to get rid of them, is all I'm saying. Rather than fight them, you know. Ugh. Okay. Do. Sorry, I still have a perpetually lingering cough right now, and I hate it. But no, specifically what we were after were these guys. And the reason I wanted these is they're bright. They're a bright contrast to the mud. They're a bright contrast to everything that's kind of sitting out here. So we can just add these as foliage. And it helps change things up. And I want more of that whenever I can. So there's going to be a lot of instances where I just take these in. But if I place them around now, even if I don't have like finalized spots for a lot of it or that bit of expansion, I can still visually look at that and go, okay, this is what's going on over here. This is that bit of progress. Hey, Sharon. And I think it's important to kind of start doing those bits of foliage, even if you don't really have a full direction for it. Because stuff like this keeps you from forgetting it. I mean, if you've got a great memory, congratulations, but I don't. So just adding in plant life every once in a while, right, will help you go, okay, I wanted to do that. And give you that little, like, glance back and go, okay, brain, we can sort this, you know? And I think it helps with this, especially, just make things a bit more cohesive. Like, it definitely feels like it belongs more when you start seeing those bright colors pop up on their own, you know? Do-do-do. 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 Okay. It's too bad I can't place, like, the mushrooms on, stuff like that. Really? Really? Really, game? That's not enough to make a source? What? What do you mean that's not enough to make a source? I'm so confused. Ugh. Now, do warp... Okay, this is a genuine question for the Minecrafters. For the Minecraft obsessed. Warp fungus only grows when it's on... Like, warp fungus and warp... and the crimson ones only grow on... Hi, Didi. Only grow when they're on the other stuff, right? They don't grow when they're on... Like, if I stick that there, that's not gonna grow. Right? That only grows when it's on the, on the other nether rack, right? On the, not even nether rack, the other thing. They have to match and only grow with bone meal. Got it. Cool. So, I can use it as decoration. That's all I want to make sure is that I can use it as decoration. Thank you, JT. Appreciate it. Okay. I like those frogs. Don't know what's going on there. That is a bug with the 3D armor stand stuff, but... Oh. Hey, Amoru. Now... I need to figure out what to do with the bees. I think is my main thing right now is I need to figure out what to do with the bees. And by the bees, I mean there's a bee somewhere, I think, if they haven't died. So there's options. A lot of it, though, I do have to worry about them drowning. We could give them this house. There's an incomplete house here that we could give them. That I think would work. There's also an incomplete house over here. Like, not even incomplete. There's a thing here. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, Avon, is if I just give them a spot close enough, they might not, but it's still... Excuse me. I'm sorry. You're going to end up dying, and I wanted the skull, so... I'm just trying to think, like, what is the best way to deal with those bees? Because I need the wax. I need the wax more than anything, and I'm just trying to think. Like, I could do a standard contained one, but that's less fun. I don't want to have, like, a house that I'm, like, walking here. It's like, oh, why is this house buzzing? Right, I don't want that. I don't like hiding... I don't like hiding farms, if I can avoid it, you know? So... if I do this out here... Alright, like, we could build the house here. Or we could make this their house. And then we could have the little beehives back in here. Or I can temporarily locate the bees over here. There is water over here, but I can also make sure there's plenty of flowers so they have less reason to drown. Which would work. Like, but there's water here. I love how vibrant this building is. It needs a lot of work, but I love how vibrant this is. Ugh. But no, it's like I'm looking at this like, what is the best method for dealing with the bees? And it's like, yeah, this house would work. This house would work for the bees. It's not about having it be a normal house. It's not about any of that bit of structure. It's just about having the bees in a location that works. And I'm actually, Avon, I'm okay with the idea of a bee's house. I think there's kind of some fun in this. I could put all the beehives in here and have it so you can't go in the house, right? But the bees can escape. And then I could have like little bee farms outside that also exist. but there is the set ones in here. So I could have more bees than the bee farms have by having hidden ones, which I think would work really nicely. So we like set this up to have an interior that's just beehives, right? And then the exits are hidden in the walls through fake windows and bits of the wall. Because they can expand out that, right? Like they're not restricted. If I have an armor stand, they'll fly through the armor stand. So just simply putting like one of these spots where I'm like, okay, here's where I want it to be, and have a fake window like right on the side. They'll fly in and out the window. And I think that'll work decently. Like I think as a concept that will work. Like it's just a climb out scenario, so and then I can use bee nests for that, right? How do I make a bee nest? It's just wood and honeycomb. I love how often I have to remember how Minecraft works. Do 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 do. Yeah, beehive. Sorry, beehive. I can make one. I only have enough honey for one. Which is plenty, but... So yeah, and I'll put... Can I? I have no idea. This isn't something I expected to be able to be able to stonecutter. Okay, so I'm putting that further down so the fire noise isn't as loud. I will have a campfire outside to kind of distract from the fact that this house will be emitting that, but then we'll put these here. And if I do a fake wall, I'm just trying to think of like the best way to do a fake wall, because I do want this house like half in the side of the hill. I think. Or do I want? Well, I could have it come out the side here. So like if we have a window here, right? The bee nest would come out of this, and I could, or beehives, and I would have two here. ASG. So we go there, there. And we put that there, and we'll have a fake window here. And we'll have a fake window here, and that'll give me two openings. And then we do... I think we do a double wide fake window here. Give me that. And then we'll place two more here, and they'll escape out this side. And that'll give them their spots. Should do one here. Because you want a window here. So I'll put a fake window here, and then I can do one more. I can do two more here, right? Because two. So there can be 6 beehives here, right? That'll work. So yeah, I had no idea that we could use our broken stone cutter for the to make bee nest. That saves a lot of resources a bit. Oh yeah, wow. Yeah, that's... I mean, it makes sense, right? But, like, you just don't expect all of it to make sense. Okay, over here. And then I want you there, you there. You there, you there. You there. And now... There and there. Basically, the reason I'm going down this deep is I'm gonna put campfires down as low as I can, because, yeah, I want to cover up the sound of them a bit. Because, yeah, it's got to be those two. So, campfire, 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 campfire. And then this is one of those houses I'm still going to need to go into in order to get from the hives, I think. Because there's going to be... I'm just trying to think, like, the process of this. I could have it automatically collect, which is also an option. But then I won't be able to collect from this one. Unless I have this one get fired every time this one gets fired. Or this one. Or I could just have it do a daily fire using things. But there's a whole setup there that I don't really care to do, to be honest, if I'm to do this method. So I'd rather just kind of come in here and manually collect from these. So we'll just have to have a way that I can open that door that may not be the most obvious with armor stands, which I could probably do redstone under the door, but then have the door not be clickable by hand and then have a secret button for it. I think would work probably pretty well. Just trying to think of like the best way to hide that, but okay, we're gonna need flowers out here. Because otherwise those bees are all gonna die. So we need them to not travel too far. Dear flowers. Where are you? Dear flowers, where are you? What the heck? For some reason, this feels cruel. Where are the flowers? Not a single flower forming. Really? Really? None? We're not doing a single flower. I think I'm being bullied. I'm definitely being bullied. And they can't do, they only collect it from the feathers that can be, or the flowers that can be turned into dye, so it's not like I can go, oh, I'll just use these pink petals. Because even though they're called pink petals, they're definitely flowers, which bugs me. Because I don't think they should be flowers. It's very strange. Lilacs will work pretty well in here, so I don't mind using lilacs for this, but like the lilacs will work really nicely, like in this location. I don't think that's a good spot for it though. Like there works better. Like cosmetically, hey Potpourri, cosmetically they fit the vibe really well. Because like I've got like pinks and blues all over in here, and that pops well. Every so often I do as well, Potpourri. I'm one to get burnt out pretty easily on games though, and like need a shift, so it kind of comes and goes. So if I have it slightly, I need to stream it. Is one of those things that always kind of pops up. That is not actually a good spot for that, is it? I'll move that, put that there. A bit better. Because I find it also a very easy one to get burnt out on, depending on how you play and things like that. But a lot of it is because I stream it, right? It helps avoid the burnout. Like when you're making stuff for others, it feels more like I can play this a lot more, you know. Do you mean God of War 2 or God of War, like, 5? Which God of War are you talking about? Just so I can understand the conversation. Say God of War 2 and I don't know what you mean. 5, gotcha. I just wanted to make sure I understood which one you were referencing when you said that. I never really got into the new ones. I think David Jaffe just kind of made me not want to touch anything related to IPs, even if he doesn't work on them anymore, that he's worked on. Thankfully, Twisted Metal's kind of gone on its own, but God of War doesn't feel like it's not affected by him, even though he doesn't work on it. Everybody's like, The old ones are a product of their time. I don't think they've aged the best. I enjoyed them, but I don't think they've aged the best.
Hey, off topic I know, but Potpourri_oppose him. What is your favorite Pokemon? Temple is definitely mine.
Oppose him? Do you not know the word? Oh, it's because there's only one S. Okay, so this works. We've got this. I need to... Okay, I'm just trying to figure this out. So we've got these. I need 6 campfires. Do, 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 do. Would you care to go into your home? I'm going to be stealing it from you. Would you go into your home, please? Thank you. I had to break its home for it to go home. Campfires need coal. Campfires need logs. Campfires need sticks. I have to register in my brain what things I need. There we go. Okay. So I need these. So that way I can harvest them no matter what. So that'll be there, 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 there. And that smoke shouldn't clip through the walls or anything because it's a full... Yeah, so that's actually the exact reason, Potpourri, that I have them. So this is the complementary shaders, except they're on basically, like, the lowest settings possible. Because I feel like when you start pushing shaders to be too vibrant, too flashy, too whatever, they don't feel good anymore. Oh, also, I forgot to turn on a thing. One sec. I feel like they get too flashy, and then when they're too flashy, they don't feel like Minecraft anymore. So about what I've got here, hey Snow, about what I've got here is about what we're going to be getting, except the water looks even better in the one that Mojang is adding officially, right? So I don't think we'll see too much of a jarring change. The clouds are going to be disappointing to lose, but having that new change with the new Minecraft built-in kind of shader thing that they're doing should work really well. Bam, bam, bam. Definitely gonna need to add some of the lights in here to hold up the leaves, or the vines here, because it gets annoying every time I walk through here. Good place to collect the vines I need, though. Okay, so I don't want this building to actually get, like, change much in scale. So rather than make fake walls, right? See, so what I did, what mine are in complementary, they're actually a particle cloud. They're actually like really, really pretty realistic clouds. Like, look at that. You can see they've got fuzzy edges and everything. These ones make me happy. These are based on Minecraft story mode. But I really like how these feel. They feel like a cloud while still feeling Minecrafty, you know? But, okay, so we've got this. What I need to do is I need to do armor stands over top of these that are going to just stick out outside the edge, is the idea, right? So the armor stand is going to stick out like 1 extra pixel on these 2 axes, maybe a little bit further just to hide that issue. The Z fighting, but that's all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make slightly larger logs to fit those corners. And then we'll put a door in here. And that'll basically be the walls of the building, and then we need to do fake windows, we need to do this. But before I do the armor stands, I need to figure out the roof and how we're gonna do the roof on this house. And I like the roof we did on the other one using the deep slate. So we need to kind of look at what we've got. And then adjust accordingly. So in order to do this roof here, we've got slab, it's just slabs at an angle. So deep slate tile slabs. We need a lot of deep slate tile slabs. And there we go. Cool. I'm gonna say, I'm pretty sure I've got plenty of these, so. The deep slate tile slab, I think, is a really good roof block. Same with the... Honestly, all of the deep slate, including cobbled, are really good for it. So right here would be the low end of the roof if I go this way, right? I need to double check my house again. How high did I do that roof? Yeah, so right on the pillar, level with the window is what I did. But we gotta do these first, otherwise they're gonna get in the way of the main thing. Like, of the armor stands when we place them. We gotta get these sorted. I got that one. These aren't going to be seen, so I can actually remove them, but it's still one of those like, huh? Okay. But those will be seen. And on this side, those are in. Okay. Ah, sorry, had an itch. Then we need to go here. Because that one will be there. That one will be there. Now, for this spot, I could... There's a couple ways I could do this. I could just leave this and then do like a separate awning. Or I could have that be a recess spot. And I think I'm going to go with that. And I'm just going to go like this. So this is going to be recess. And then this will slope up over. And you'll have like a little porch kind of set up, right? And it'll just continue the roof we had before. And I think that'll work perfectly well. It's there. I think what we'll do maybe to counter the campfire issue, right? Because, like, hearing the campfire. We might put a chimney on this house. And then, by having the chimney, it'll explain why you hear the fire. You'll see a little bit of smoke coming out of the roof of the house. It'll kind of fill that, like, mental gap, right? Because you're going to have, like, a little bit of a mental kind of, like, where's that sound coming from? And it's like, oh, right here. So, should be fine. Right, because that you're gonna hear that. You won't hear it a lot. And like I said, I could counter it by having like a little campfire. But I think maybe just having some smoke coming out of like a chimney for like where a kitchen would be, or a fireplace off the side of the building, I think would be enough to really sell that without it feeling too lost. But yeah, we don't need to worry about like going into the home or anything like that. So there's advantages here. Place that one so we can get the top center. Get these out of the way. That there. That there. Beautiful. I don't have any of those on me to do further in. Ah, I'm phlegmy. It's gross. I hate it. I'm sorry. Okay. So that's right. I need 3 more of those to really fill in this spot. I'll actually probably be changing a lot of these around as well. Not all of them being this and some of them being the blue wood. To me, this is kind of like the more like there's aging to the homes, right? You want to have houses that don't necessarily feel new or taken care of. Like this is a very taken care of house over here, right? That was some rubber banding, Jesus. But like we've got this 2 palette thing going on. We've got the smooth walls here. We've got this, and I didn't do this with this house, and I need to kind of sort that. So we need to actually get, if we go with that brown, we need spruce logs. So let's go grab some spruce logs. Okay. Dark oak. Spruce. Okay. Do 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 do. That storage system is the one thing I actually don't like about my base. Not that I have a storage system, but that I have one that is separate from all the other things that exist in the game. Like, I feel like by hiding a storage system, it shows that I have bad sorting. Which is like, yes, I'm very, very bad at organization. My storage is a mess. I'm aware, but I'd like to have it in a way where a lot of the buildings, like, oh, I need logs, let's go to the woodcutter. I need this, let's go here, you know. I like having that going on, you know. Hey, Strabo. There. How the heck? There we go. Okay. Now, I guess in my attempt to be as... to make sure I could get down there, I didn't even stop to think I don't need to go down there, so I can just go like this. And then I can't fall into that area, and it doesn't matter. Like, wait. I can just do that. I don't need a way out. I'm good. I hate that it's a little bit green. Like, when you take the bark off the spruce logs, it's just a little bit green. It's not horrible, but it does show when you're, like, paying attention for colors. Like, that is a green. And you gotta question how you, like, hide that properly, you know? How you hide the fact that it's green. Goes there, that goes there. That goes there. Can't fit one there. I think that's everything everywhere they can fit. But like, you gotta hide that green. And that green isn't in the planks. And that's the part that bugs me. The green is not in the planks. There is a visible green here, but there's no green in the plank. It doesn't read very well. So we're gonna have to add some cosmetics that add to the green of the whole build. Because that green, to me, stands out. Like, I can very clearly see the green. Because it doesn't feel like it belongs. And it's like, I mean, it does belong, but it doesn't feel like it does. Because of how everything else is. I think we'll have to do we'll have to do the kind of smokestack off the back. Probably use cobbled deep slate for that, but we'll have to do... Where do I want that? Because if you're going in here, you'd probably want it, like, right here. So let's go there. There.
Amazing. Funky Sumia just subscribed to us for another month. That's
Oh.
18 now.
Thank you, Somia. I really appreciate that. Okay, I'm thinking about the campfire, right? I'm thinking about how the campfire works. How are we gonna make a smokestack that feels like a smokestack? And my brain is trying to sort that out. And I'm not liking where my brain is going with this, but I think... So we need another campfire. I need some wheat, so let's go over to our villagers and swipe some of their wheat. But what I think I need to do... What I think I need to do is I need to have the smoke going up as high as it can, and then we're going to actually, because the blocks I want to use are cobbled deep slate, and we obviously can't fit it through one wide blocks of cobbled deep slate. What I need to do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What I need to do here, and this is going to be an entire mess. What I need to do is I need to create armor stands that are going up that height, and then the smoke will travel through the armor stands, and then I don't have to make it wider. The smokestack will still work, and it'll look correct. Which again, a little excessive, but the armor stands are not laggy. Invisible armor stands are the same amount of lag as the actual block they are, except all 9 sides of it. I try to explain things based on like faces, so it's 9 faces. So it's the equivalent of 9 of like this. 9 of what the rendering cost of what you're seeing right here is. Which isn't too bad. Yeah, if we do it here, right? I forgot I needed to craft first. Can I just make a grinding bench? I can. Okay. Let's do my standard. Place that where the door is going to go. Go in here. Hay bale. Hay bale goes there, and that goes on it. And then that'll go up. Now, I don't think the particles leave the square they're on, right? The particles for a smokestack are perfectly confined within inside the square that they're on. Or do they go a little bit out? They go a little bit out, so I'll have to do a slightly larger than a 1 meter block smokestack. But I don't think I gotta go too far, because I only need to go up to about here, and they spread more the higher up they go. One, this vine's not supposed to be there. That I'm on.
I took a nap and you're still here?
Yes, Mari.
Really? Go stretch.
But the vine... This vine doesn't make sense. It wasn't attached to... It's not attached to anything. There we go. Okay, so now the smoke is mostly making it out. But what I want to do is we'll do slightly larger armor stands than this, so that way the smoke can still travel up, and we won't be obstructing anything. Yeah, we've got a plan for every armor stand issue we're going to run into. We're going to need to get a lot of bees here. So basically I'm going to place down a hive, and the hive that I have in my inventory, right? I've got this guy, right? So I believe if I place you down, the bee should pop out. 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 There's a bee in. There was a bee in there. Thank you. And now the bee should go into one of these, right? That's how Minecraft bees work. The bee should go in there. Eventually. You've got pollen. You should get pollen from this. Okay, that bee is gonna be a butt, but I need to go to the restroom. Y'all, there it goes. And y'all should stretch your legs. So yeah, now the bee lives in there. Sweet. Y'all should stretch your legs, grab a drink, all that stuff. But I will be right back. Catch you all in 3. Always during a BRB. It's always during a BRB, isn't it? Every time. You guys don't get the ads because you showed up during it, but I got chill here for everybody who was here first. But hello, everybody. Hi. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm cold. Are you cold? I'm cold and tired. You shouldn't be getting ads, though, because you showed up during the thing where I was already running them. So you should be fine, and raids don't usually get ads. Well, hello. Hello. I'm in a house that I'm trying to design and pre-plan for armor stands. And it's taken work, because I gotta figure out, like, what things are the armor stands gonna get obstructed by. And then I also need to make sure it had a chimney on it. Because I can hear it. And it's like, well, I don't want the fires to be seen. It's a whole thing. Oh, thank you, McLesley. Ow. Thank you, McLesley. But hello. Hello. I'm Cameron JK. My pronouns are they, them. I'm a chill variety streamer. You came from Cleo, so you probably are aware Cleo is my partner. Cleo is wonderful. Cleo is fantastic. And lovely and great. I also do armor stand work. So a lot of you know Cleo for their armor stand work. I also do armor stand work. Cleo had mentioned that these were inspired by my stuff. I am a suck up, and I will happily take that. Because if you don't suck up to your partner, you're not doing it right. But Cleo had mentioned on stream when doing these that this was one of my ideas, and yeah, these are my little lanterns. I do a lot of stuff with armor stands, so like most of this pile, things like that. I'm learning as I go and seeing how things work. You got simple stuff like this. Cleo and I have two different approaches to armor stands, generally speaking. Cleo's are more based on impact, whereas mine are based on kind of hiding them into things and making them more subtle. Both of which are correct, but they each have their place. I try to make you not see them. Like, I try to make you have to go, wait a minute. Like this. I know one of the favorite little things that people have noticed is these. The little boards that are bent up. Where they don't necessarily catch your eye right away. That's how I try to run them. I should show this off though. This is my little cottage I've made out here so far. You cannot go in there. There's no way to click on this door. This door is not approachable. But this is my little cottage that I built. If y'all like armor stand work, I do a lot of it. Whenever I'm on Minecraft. This is my little cottage. And got my little frogs that these are player head frogs. Little doormat. You can see there's even a door frame around this. If you're really attentive, you can notice that there is this is an armor stand right here. That is an armor stand. That is an armor stand because that is a slab under a slab. The only real like aesthetic, the only block that is added in my mods that I have is a copper hopper. So all these are vanilla blocks. But everything has these like little subtle details. I've got two banners in here creating a curtain. So there's like a little layered curtain effect in there. We got a windowsill. There's a door frame on there to bring everything depth. We got a little snail on this leaf. I like the snail. Got 2 chill frogs over here. But, Oh,
Funky
what are we doing?
Sumia sees the light at the end of the
Why?
tunnel. Your tunnel. Melange.
Why, Somia? Why? So for those who don't know, Melange is a card in which I have to die. I'm just gonna do it this way. You know what? We're gonna stand on a saw blade. So that is a card in which I have to die. I believe Cleo's is Hug a Creeper. Ugh. Okay. Anyway. Oh yeah. No face jump scare. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. Thankfully we have graves. Give me that. You may notice my stream getting a bit weird at times. That is caused, like it is right now. That is caused by my Streamloots cards. I do a lot of work with Streamloots cards. It is one of my pride and joy things that I have done. But yeah. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Oh, why you gotta do that while I'm sorting my inventory? Okay. Get food back in my hotbar. I think that's everything. Sorted. But no, I've been doing a lot of stuff with armor stands. I try to make some pretty things that stand out a bit more. Like I did these flowers on the vine, which I really like. It was actually all to cover up a Z fighting bug going on there. You've got the back windowsill, same as the front, but I like the little details it adds. These are also slabs that are offset by half a block to add a curve up to the edge of the roof. In the tree itself, we've got a bit of an offset here to create a diagonal route. There's also a glass pane there, so it doesn't feel like you're necessarily entirely falling, but you also can't go through it. Yes, I died from a stonecutter. Did it give you another error? Another error, Avon. I don't know why it would give you an error on that, but... Especially because that's from a data pack. Let's see. I need to grab some armor stands. Oh. Okay, grab you, put one away. I need my copper grates. What was the message, Avon? I'm missing some key info. There's a weathered copper grate. I need that, and I need to age these more. Yeah, that is a bug with the data pack. That one is a bug with the data pack, Avon. Okay, let's just place you. Yeah, no, I see it. I see it, Avon. The death attack stonecutter. Yeah, that is there's no death message assigned to it, so it just does that. So what I want to do here, right? I'm working on a house to hide beehives. Because I'm gonna have some beehives out here, but I want to have more bees than what would fit in normal beehives. So what I want to do is I want to hide these inside a building, and the best way I can do that is we have the bees here. Thank you for the follow. We have the bees here, right? And I want to, I'll put fake windows in. But in order to do this the way I want to, one, I want light coming out the window. So we can do this. That'll make the house very lit up if I do that. we have a data pack in here. And I feel like this is something a lot of y'all, if you've ever worked with these, would appreciate. Hey, Lily. A lot of you would appreciate this. I showed this off to Cleo the other day. I love this. But it is light bulbs. Where are my light bulbs? Right here. So the light bulbs are a vanilla thing, but you can craft them in my server, and you can change their power here. I don't want these to be no bright. This is basically no brightness. They won't emit light off of the square they're on. But if we go with, say, let's do a half brightness, like we'll do a 7. They'll emit enough light. You can see where I've placed them. I use these to stop vines, so you'll see them pop up when I'm carrying it. But what we can do is we can place this right here, right? So that'll emit light from that spot at that light level of 7. And I'm going to place it in that window as well. And that window as well. So now we're getting a decent light out of those areas without actually having much. So you can see it's lit, right? There's light emitting from that square. It's not a lot, but it's enough to... It also keeps mobs from spawning. But it's lit up in this square now. And that allows me to build a little more freely rather than having to place like, oh, string here to stop something from spawning where I do want it to be dark, whatever. Or where I want to stop the vines from growing down, right? I don't need to have a string here. There was a string on that one, apparently, over there. But I don't need to, like, because I did strings first before I realized I could do this. But I don't need them there. There's also a bunch of them under this tree. This custom tree I did, so that way the vines only grow those specific spots. So if I like put this in my hand, you can see the vines can't grow here because the light block's there. The vines can't grow here. The vines can't grow down that side. And it's basically just keeping the vines where I want them. So it's easier to do cosmetic vines, and since they're light level 1, they don't actually transmit to the block next to them. And it allows me to control that a bit more. And I think it's probably the most useful... Honestly, out of, like, aside from Armor Poser, it's the most useful, like, data pack I have, just because it allows me to kind of control that bit. But yeah, because that emits light there, I don't need to worry. But what I want to do now is we're going to grab this armor stand. We're going to go here. Oop, we're going to go here. We're going to do show arms, no gravity. We're going to give you this. Swap that to your head. I like to hide the arms, and then we're going to lock you. So now you're in place. 1.6, which is the normal block height. Move you down. Not that way. So we can do 1. If we do a height of 1... Okay, that's all lined up. We do a height of 1, or move it back 1, we're in line with the block. Now, this works, right? This works. But that's not where I want it. I want it... I lined it up so it's 1 pixel back, right? It's 1 pixel back. And by moving it 1 pixel back, it just kind of sits in there a bit better. And it looks more like a window. And because of where it's at, the bees are actually able to go through this. But I do want to move this over 1. So the bees can fly through that. The bees are not obstructed by the armor stand. This allows me to put this here, give the bees the ability to go through the grate window that we're doing. And I'm also going to put things covering this. But instead of this being the main thing, we're going to have some regular beehives out here. So the player, if you're exploring, you're not going to notice that they're coming in and out of the buildings. You're going to assume they're related to the beehives. But we'll also be able to have an aesthetic that has more bees per beehive. And they just kind of exist around the home. And we're going to have this on all of the windows so they have more spots to go, but they'll just travel in and out. And make it in there in their own little way, right? So it gives them a cute little kind of setup. At least that's the idea. How well it's going to work, I don't know, but they should be able to travel through that, no issue. But I need more copper grates, because I did not have enough. But the main reason I'm doing it is I need the, I need wax. Thankfully, they're aging at a decent rate. But yeah, I need the wax so I can wax any of these that I'm not putting on armor stands. So if I place them down, I can wax the materials. Okay, you. So now you go here. No gravity, show arms. Take this, go here. Don't show arms, moved ahead, lock you. 1.6. Move it back 1. Line it up. All lined up. Get even closer. Nope. So I can see. Right there. Invisible. Done. So that's what I do for the windows, right? It's not anything too special, too amazing, but I think it works, and then we'll add the... We won't be adding a shutter here that'll be over this. I think we might have an open shutter, though, that'll be on it. And then this side, I'm not sure. This side we might have a broken shutter. We might not put one at all. I'm not sure. This is kind of a weird spot because I've decided to leave the root there. Like, I want the root in the way, right? So if we have the root in the way, where would the shutter go? How would it work? I'm not certain. We can do an open shutter on this one. We could have the shutter closed on that one. Or we could have it wedged between the root and the wall, which also makes sense. Probably that one, but I don't know. I also don't... I'm not a big fan of these flat areas like this. I'm going to put a trapdoor in front, because I think putting a trapdoor in front adds a nice aesthetic. It adds a good border, like we did on the other house. But then this is going to be recessed, and we don't want that. So I'm going to use armor stands to make a slightly bigger base here, which should work fine. It's just a lot of like little things that are stacking. The other thing is I need to put an armor stand here to hide this. Like I want to hide the beehives. Now, what I did on the other home, because I had the space for it, is I used a sunflower, because a sunflower makes for a really good interior, a lit interior. So if you look over here, that is a sunflower. It doesn't allow you to see in, but it's gold, so it has a bit of that lighting feel, right? Like that is a sunflower right there. And I like using the sunflower, but the problem is the sunflower goes up there. And we only have about a half slab to work, like half of a block to work with. And I'm not certain what the best approach is going to be for that. I could use a hay bale. It's not quite dark enough. I could use brown wool, which kind of does what I need. It's not an ideal one. Brown concrete powder, maybe? Because, yeah, sunflowers aren't going to work. Yellow wool is a bit too bright. I think brown wool's probably the best one, actually. Please ignore my inventory mess. I know it's awful. I can make it look a little nicer if I go like here and go, there we go. A little nicer. Still a mess. No. I'm pretty sure I left wool in one of these. White wool. Here's 8, and we need to get some brown dye. So down we go into the actual storage that I'm supposed to be using, and I'm not. The main reason I'm not using my actual storage is it's not finalized because I have to make a bunch more copper hoppers. These are the copper hoppers on my server. They're item filters. I only have way too many. I have way too many apples, and I've got other things that are trying to overfill this. So right now I've got the apples going into this one just to give them somewhere to go, to make bone meal. I have it put in the trash chute, basically. So there's an overfill of a lot of things. It's like, I came down here for cocoa beans. I'm having a rough mental health day for a handful. I'm having a rough mental health day, and things are just kind of going wrong today. So I apologize if I'm a little bleh at moments. It's just, yeah. Am I blind? I'm looking for brown wool. There it is. The brown wool is a little more gray than I want it to be. But I think it's the best I'm gonna get for the lighting. Unless I were to use like a player head, maybe. Oh, thank you, Lupican. I appreciate that. Okay. So, I don't know how well this will work. My concern with doing this, if I do this double size, it's gonna be too big. I would have preferred if this was something I could make a slab. I can make it a carpet. A carpet will work. I can't do this with a full block. If I do it with a full block, what's going to happen is I'm going to move it in, but then it's going to be blocking this side, and it will be hard for me to shear. So I need to make sure I do this in a way where we give you that, we place that on your head, we lock that, hide arms, invisible, there. So we're gonna take this guy, right? This is our goal. We're gonna take this guy here. And then we wanna make this double size, so that would be 3.2, right? So 3.2 is double the size of a normal armor stand, right? Big boy. Now what this means is if we go here, we're gonna need to move you way down so we can see you. And then I think it's this one. Nope, not that one. That one. What happened? Oh, that was in game. I forgot I'm using that sound effect for other things. Let's see, we'll take that and we'll move it to about there. And then we get it low enough that it's there, right? So now, I can't right click on it. It's not in the way. It's the beehives. I can right click on it here. The only catch is I gotta make sure I'm covering both windows. And I don't think I am. I can replace these. Yeah, so you can see there I'm not covering both. So we just need to... right there. So now it's right on the center line. Can't see through that side, can't see through the other. We wouldn't be able to anyway, but... the one issue that does occur with this, though, and I hate this, is I can't place this block right now. So I have to go here and say, and this is my normal method, I just add 4. And I still can't, really? So we're gonna add 2 more up, and then there. And then it's up there, and then we go click on it, and we do -6, and it goes back in. There we go. But yeah, so the bee can fly through that. This is the whole reason for this. The bee can fly through that. And that means that all of that is now basically a secret bee door. Because yeah, they'll fly in and out this little bit. And that gives it a nice little aesthetic. Now, we do need to figure out a block for the trapdoors that I should have done first, but I got distracted. What do we want for that? What do we want to use? For that spot specifically. Like, I'm looking at it like... what trapdoor would work well here? Because I'm trying to do vibrant things, right? I want to do vibrant trapdoors. I want to do bright setups. These could work really well. They'd still show the wood through, like you can see there. That would help with the green issue that I'm dealing with the logs. How's it going, Beard? You aged further than intended. There we go. That one's good. That one's good. Because yeah, I want this vibe on all the buildings, but I don't necessarily all want them to be the same wood type. So that had like horizontal slats, had purple with blue accents. I'm gonna go to a lot of brown with the bluish accents, and I think we could do pretty well if we used these. So I think I'm gonna grab these to see how they look. A lot of my current placement of things that are just kind of sitting around are kind of placeholder vibes. I have lost my apples. Someone has stolen my Oh, I stole my apples because I went through the sorting thing and I got rid of the extra ones that were in the one stack and got rid of all my apples. Hazily. Random effect. You made everybody jump. You got probably the worst one. You made everybody jump. Sloy, how's it going? There are a bunch of random effects. That one is jump. Jump around. Jump around. Okay. Go back in here. See, okay, that bee. Yeah, it was right at the thing. So they can go in. We need the trapdoors. Which I want to put there, right? I want to put it there. But I have this in the way that we had before. Just going to move you up 6. That might be too much because of the copper of the window. We'll have a windowsill. It'll be fine. Yeah. We'll have a windowsill. It'll be fine. A little worried about that spot. Itchy nose. A little worried about that spot because there's going to be a door here. It's not going to be an accessible door, but there is going to be a door there. That might look a little weird. We may have to not have this one, or... I know what to do. I'm going to do this in an obnoxious way, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this. We're going to go here. 1.6, so it's proper size. Show arms, give them this. Go here. No gravity, hide arms, swap to head, lock. Now, go here, and then 90 degrees the other way. Is that the correct direction? No, this is upside down. No, I need you right there. Okay. So with it like this is the thing. Very few people would probably realize this because they're... Like, I think the big thing is, like, a lot of people who would be doing this, right, are used to normal Minecraft, and they go, okay, that's just in the way. But I don't... If I go like this, right, right... There, I've knocked off one of the things. There's... It... I hate that there's this little spot here. So let's... Gonna be obnoxious, because if I make this invisible, you can see... We're leaning our head forward. I don't know... If I can... Can I do this? I'm trying to think which way do I get more space? Because if it's there versus there, are we moving? We are moving. So if I flip that, that is worse. That is as far in as I can move that, and I hate that because it's got a little pixel line. Ugh. Like, ideally, I would need to do it here. That gives me an extra pixel. So it's not the worst, but it's not what I want, right? Like, that gave me an extra pixel of space. And it does work. It does work. It does make this feel less cramped. Even if it's only by one spot, but I'm mad that that's not further. Because you can see right there what I did, right? I'm still going to keep that. I think that does work. I just wanted to make as much space as I possibly could here. Because, yeah, the less space you have, the more cramped it will feel. For the door. Door. The wax copper doors look really nice, and I think they'd work really well here. So I'm gonna try and get one of those. Whoop, ooh, lag spike. Still haven't fully sorted my lag issue, but it's like 1 every hour and a half. I'll take it. Hey, Raxon, how's it going? Okay. In order to make the door, I just need the copper ingots, right? So... Copper, 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 copper. Can't do it in here. There. Copper door. I don't need that. My inventory is a little full. Leave me alone. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. It's been a bit of a mental health day, but it's going. So I want to place this here. That is the spot I want to place this, but I've now got this crap in the way. So again, we just go add 4. There's our copper door. Now we can see inside, and I don't want that, so we're gonna have to do something about that. It's not a huge deal, but it is an issue. Thank you, Raxon. Yeah, it's just a lot of crap. A lot of crap. Okay, so you go there, and then -4, and then that'll be back in place. Now, the problem is our door wants to open that way, and I don't want it to open that way. I want it to open this way. Oh, God, this is going to be irritating, isn't it? Ugh. This is one of the things I hate in Minecraft, is I really wish you could just flip a door. In order to flip this door, I need to remove these logs. And then I need to place it here. Okay, cool. And then we go there. And place that. And we break this. And then it's good. The problem we're gonna have, and I hate this, is gonna be, I need to place you here. Oh, you actually let me. Thank God. I was afraid it was gonna go, hey, yeah, no, there's a thing in the way. Like, eh. So there. So now that door's facing the correct way. Not in my experience, Beard. A lot of times it won't do that, and I've also got to deal with armor stands in the way of a lot of the spots I want to click. So whenever I want to move the door, it's not gonna face the way I want it to, is my main issue. Because I can't look in a lot of spots. There's things blocking most of my view. You know? Like, things are just like, yeah, no, you can't click there. Like, but I wanna. Like, don't care. Can't click there. Yeah. So that may be the case, but just generally speaking, I can't click in most of the spots I want to click. So a lot of things don't let me. I can double check, but that doesn't feel right. So if I go, you're saying click there? Did I not? So you're saying click on the hinge. Yeah, maybe it would have worked. Maybe I'm an idiot. It's fine. It worked. I got it. It's fine in the end. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Now, I have an option here. I can put curtains in, but people will be able to see that side. Now, what oh, you know what would work really well here, though? See, this is why I don't want people to go in this house. Because you can't mess with the door. So I'm gonna put curtains on this side, right? So you can't see over there. You can't see what's going on over there. But we can do a little kitchen decoration that if you look in through that, you can see it, right? So we'll decorate it in a way that this side of this is blocked. But the side that would see the kitchen spot won't be. Right? It's completely unnecessary. But I want to be able to see the fire, so if somebody does come up and hears the fire, they know where it's coming from, right? They know it's coming from... Well, it's not going to be a kitchen. It's going to be a little, like, a little fireplace that we'll set up here. Now you can just see through this, but this side we need to cover so they can't see that mess. And then I need to set up something that we can automatically close this door. Because there's armor stands in the way. Like, I can't click here because of the armor stand right here. We can close it still, but I need a way... I want this to automatically close, and I'm trying to think... Like, we could hide a pressure plate right here that would close, but it would also open it. I don't want them going in. So I've got to find a... I'm going to have to put an armor stand in the way, and then maybe do a secret lever somewhere that can be pressed. That'll open this. Because, like, my other house, right, the one over there, you can't click on the door because I put armor stands in the way. I used armor stands as a way to stop people from being able to click it. But yeah, if I do it over here, I need to find, like, a spot I can hide a lever that the player can't normally get to easily, at least. That I can use to stop people from, going in. Just because I want to get in there to harvest the only reason I want to go in there is to harvest the honey out of these things, right? Like, I want to be able to go, hey, I need blah, blah, blah. Ugh. Sorry, my brain is flickering a little bit. Yeah, this will work. This area is good. I'm just trying to think, like, what is the best way to get in and out of this building? I think I'm gonna be a bit obnoxious here. If I put like a lever right here, where this block is, because I'm going to be putting an armor stand here, would I be able to click on it, or would I end up clicking on the armor stand? I need to do a test. I need to do a test. Also check on the copper here. No. Okay. So let's empty out a little bit of our inventory. But yeah, I want to... Like, the best way I can think to do it. The best way I can think to do it. Messy, 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 messy. Here. Don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. Can put the bee nests away for now. Don't need, don't need, don't need. Don't need all of that. I'll keep the mud, don't need that. Well, actually, I do need those. Don't need those. Don't need that, don't need that. Okay. So we need a lever. You know what's sad? I don't remember how to make a lever. Sticking cobble. I wasn't sure if it was cobble or not. That was the main thing I needed to check there. So we're just going to grab one stone. I don't deal with levers very often. Can I... Yeah. They got me one back. And two. And then we make a stick. And then we make a lever. Okay. We've got our lever. Now what I need to test is, if I place this lever here. Hey, Wolfie. Welcome back. If I place that lever there and I go here, right? And we were to place a log on top. I want to place this guy right there, right? We were to go in here and we go show arms and we go here. No gravity, hide arms, swap to head, and lock. Now I need you, you're going to be at least 1.6. Now 1.6 I think is going to be too small for what we need to do here. But my idea is... we get this lined up. Like that, right? So you can't see the lever now. Can I? I cannot click on the lever right now. There's no click. But what if we do 1.8? No. So that is not doing what I want. Now, the catch is, though, I am going to be moving this. I don't need to be perfect on this. I'm going to be moving it over, right? So it's... on the edge of the block, more like that, right? And then... I want it like that. So if it's like that, can I... No. Doesn't work. Crap. Well, that idea didn't work. I was hoping that would work. Like I said, I want to be able to hit a lever for this that isn't like buried, but is also not easily accessible. And I'm just trying to think where I could hide it. I was gonna hide it in here, because I'm gonna be like pushing this out, but I need to be able to fit in there. So the only way that would work is if I created a spot I could walk in to the pillar and hide it, which isn't impossible. It isn't impossible. But I would need to make it a bit weird. I could do it here. I could do it here. I would just have to use the right blocks. And I'm just trying to think Okay. Okay. Idea. We're gonna go to the next idea in this list, which involves a fence post. So let me throw that in. I have to have planks. Okay. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna throw in a plank. And I need a fence post. Now, obviously, a fence post, I can't place a lever underneath it. But if we do a lever and then a fence post on top of the lever, I can fit inside the block now, right? I can go inside the block. This might still be an issue, though. And then that's what we're testing right now. But if I do this, I do show arms, no gravity, and we give you that, and we lock you. Swap to your head, and I'll just do 1.8 because I think that's about what it's going to be. Going to move it down. Going to be like there. Can I click on that? No. Damn it. Okay, so my idea of hiding the lever just isn't going to work unless it were to be like a fake door. So that's not great. Ugh. I don't know how to hide this lever. I don't. We could make it a random button on the ground that looks like a rock. So it's kind of like hiding a key under a rock, but I'd have to set up a toggle. Ugh, which I hate doing toggles. Like, toggles don't make me happy. Toggles do not make me happy. Like, we could place, like, a button, like, over here, and then when you hit that, it pushes a block, and then I gotta do it again. I hate doing one-tick pulses. I'm really bad at it. I've never been very good at figuring them out, and I know I could look up tutorials and guides and be fine, but I always fail to do that. But like that would work. It's not impossible. It might just be what I need to do, like whether I want to or not, is set up a one-tick pulse off of a button. The button will power it and toggle the door open. The button can toggle it and close it shut, and then everything's fine. So I guess that's just what it has to be. Good luck, Somya. Okay. Okay. So that is that. Okay. But yeah, we'll set up a nice fireplace aesthetic here for that angle. We'll change out the floor a little bit. That can be seen. That one's not going to matter because that one's going to be covered, but we'll do a nice floor. Because, yeah, what's going to happen is you're going to be here and you're going to be able to see in. And I got to think of what could they see from here if I cover up half of it. It's like they're going to see the floor. So we'll do that, right? Because they're going to see the floor. They're not going to see that first block, but they're going to see all of those I just got. That's going to be a wall. I think I can change this to whatever. Yeah, this can be whatever material, so that doesn't need to be there. That one's going to show. Just trying to think of how best to utilize the space that I'm going to have, right? So probably get rid of that mud block. But wall, floor. Ow. My shoes broke. I lost my shoes. Sadness. We should have copper armor that makes you attract lightning. Just throwing that out there. That's what it sounds like outside in real life today. No, genuinely, it's been thunderstorming like crazy. By the way, if you are lurking, I do appreciate your lurk, but if you did not know, your lurks may not count ever so long on Twitch. Every once in a while, it helps if you make sure to claim that little bonus channel point chest. It's a little green chest that appears below the chat, next to where your bits and stuff are. There will be just a green box. If you click that and make sure your follow is your lurk is counting. Oh, big stretch. If you have better Twitch TV, it should automatically be claiming it for you, but just so you know. Let's see. So we need a floor for that little cottage. Normally we'd go for the wood textures. I'd like something that feels special. I'm gonna go actually with the Hi-Fi. Yeah, let's go a little extra. We'll do the Hi-Fi and cherry as a floor. But you're not normal Hi-Fi. I need the non. Can I do that? Can I turn you back? No. I was hoping. I want the Crimson Hi-Fi, but I want it in the like I want a Hi-Fi and Warp Stem. Ugh. Okay. Grab 6 of each. That should be more than enough. And then we'll place down the Hi-Fi. And then we will strip the Hi-Fi and we'll have the little pattern on the top, but I think it'll look really nice overall. Just to have it kind of doing its own thing. Having a pretty silly, simple pattern, I think. I was going to do the cherry wood. I should have done the cherry wood, but the Hi-Fi and the Crimson is kind of the theme of what I'm going for a lot of the village. And I think it'll add a good pop because this one doesn't have much of the of that aesthetic. So have you. These are mangrove. I want you. Right, I want that. This is what I'm after for the pattern, and then you also need to be that and that. So now, when I'm out here, that's the floor I'll see. I'm gonna have to cover up that section. There's gonna be something to hide that, because mainly I need to hide that bit of smoke. The thing is fine, but I just want to make sure that this campfire looks like a fireplace from outside the door. I think there'll be a nice charm to that. Like, just the idea of being able to see that, I think, is really nice, right? Like, you'll be able to look through the door and go, ah, it's a fireplace. We'll put maybe like a fake grate in front of this so it makes sense. We'll hide the yellow. This section technically can't be seen, but this will be a wall. Thinking about it. Thinking about a fireplace. I think I need to change out. Well, actually, no. This is me being excessive. I was like, I should change these out to stone. It's like, no, I want stone here as like a platform for it. And then I want wall. I want these to be stone. This will be a regular wall. Means I need you, and you'll go there. I don't have any planks on me to do that little bit. But we'll probably do whatever the interior wall, whatever I choose to do for the interior wall, which could be another one of those, to be honest. Actually, I don't have to do... This doesn't show. This is an interior of a house. I can do whatever I want here. And if it's interior wall to the house, why not? Why not? Let's go pink, right? Maybe this homeowner really likes pink. You may not... You'll be able to see it probably from this angle, so we do have to worry a little bit. Because you can see that B box, but I need... Unless I put the curtain all the way over to here, which I might. But you'll be able to see in there, and I want that little bit. So, if we can see in that, I have to consider what can be seen. This is the thing about when you view this from like a game design. Yeah, what can the player see? What will they see? I could put something here that would stop them if I wanted. Like, oh, you can't walk here because there's like something stuck in front of the house, and I would stop them from seeing any of this other than that little bit of pink. But I want them to see the interior. I want to do a little silly, simple interior that's not like a ton, but I get to have some aesthetic and I get to have some details. So yeah, we'll have pink wall there. I need to get I think cobble deep slate's gonna work the best. We're gonna mix some of the deep slates, right? We're gonna do cobble deep slate, we're gonna do deep slate tiles. I think deep slate tile for part of the landing. It's a whole mix. We've got plenty of deep slate tile on us. We got a full block. Can I just convert the... No. Okay, so that is stuck in that form. Go back in there. Got some cobble deep slate slabs, which I think will look better for the flooring. Then the tile for the wall, and then... Oh, actually... I have mixed thoughts on what'll work well for this. Because like the chimney, I want the chimney to be the cobbled. So if the chimney's the cobbled, I should probably do the sides the cobbled, right? So with that. That. But then I want to do something here, and I think we use the slab here. It could be either. So if I do show arms, no gravity, and I go that. I think I'm going to go with that. I think I am going to go with this one. No, I don't want to. I want... Give me a bat. Give me a bat. You don't need it. Give me a bat. You're gonna get that, and then we're gonna do... Let's just do a 2, right? We're gonna do a 2. No arms, go there, swap to head. Then invisible. Now, I think I need to... I'm gonna need to rotate the head, I think, but... I'm gonna go to here, and then I want to flip... That one? No. This one. We're gonna go 180. So now the head is upside down. And the reason we're doing that is because the hitbox on the head is still above the block, so if I go down, it's going to go a lot lower, and it won't change. I want to do like that. Now, clearly I did not go big enough. I'm going to go to straight up 4. Then we'll move this down again. And then we go there. So now, I do wonder if that's too too much. At the same time, I like how that feels. So I'm conflicted, right? I like the overall kind of feel of this, but it doesn't seem... It doesn't seem like it's in the right spot. Like, I've scaled it too much. Let's try a 3 and see how a 3 looks. Three isn't too bad. Let me try rotating this 90. That feels better already, actually. Like, sometimes it's just the rotation of the tiles and, like, what way it feels, but that... That's pretty good. Could push it out a bit further, get it to, like, right there. Right, like, I like doing these little bits where it's like, okay, I see what we're going for. I always get a bit conflicted though when we start getting too big, right? It draws attention to the fact that it is definitely a scaled up block, especially the more texture you have on it. So like this does work. This does add that kind of aesthetic that it's bigger, and I'm mixed on if I should do that or not. Like, I like it. I do. It just feels big. I think anything past like 1.8, you start going, you know, like at 1.6, it's the same size as a block, but you can only scale it so much before it really becomes apparent. Unless they are held items that are texture based rather than that, and then they kind of work because those items are at a weird resolution. Oh, my neck hurts. Okay. I think that's the best we're gonna get with that, though. But you can see what I'm talking about, like with the wall. So we have like the wall there, and then we have this for the fireplace.
First, the bear or the cow? Not even the cow bear knows. We should take a break to think about this extensively.
I think we're fine, Mari. I think what we can do here, I think I'll do a tile wall there and a tile wall there. I'm a little worried about it connecting to this piece, so I'm going to break that. Nothing shows here, but what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to place a fake block there because I don't want the wall to connect with where that's at. I'm trying to just make a nice looking fireplace. So let's grab two walls. Need those, go here, throw those in, 2 walls. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so I want to place that there. And I want to place that on that one, and that one I'm there. I like that. I do. I like how that feels. But if I do that, I need to do another wall above it, and I don't know how that's gonna feel because I want to do a mantle there, but that's gonna go too high. So I may need to create fake ones of these instead. Nope, armor stand in the way. There we go. Which fake ones aren't like a huge issue, but I'm just trying to think, like, the problem with doing fake deep slate tile walls is they get a weird shape. Like if I just go in here, right, and I go, hey, here's this, and I'm like, I'm gonna do a fake deep slate tile wall, and we do show arms. This is what it looks like, right? It looks fine from this angle, but look, it's got two sides on it, which you can use and utilize. There are advantages to doing this. But I'm afraid what's gonna happen is I'm gonna want this to be at 1.6, so it's a normal block size. Do no gravity, and then we're gonna move this down. Like there. But if I go into the wall, we're gonna get that. So I'd have to go out at least that much. And if we end up doing that, what starts to happen is we end up with something I can't really work with unless I make this fake and this fake. If these are both fake, this works, but then I have that as part of my project. Now I have to make those fake. And it's like, I don't want to have to keep adding more fake blocks in. You're not wrong, Potpourri. You're not wrong. Let me try this. I'm gonna go here. Go here. Swap this to head. Lock that. I also think I didn't lock this one. No. Did I lock this one? Yes. Okay. So we can go like this, and then this one I didn't scale up, right? So I could do this. Where we've essentially created a kind of an angled thing. And it works. It does. It does what it needs to do. It's there, and then I could put the mantle across that. But I don't know how I feel about the appearance of this. Gad, why would I have? You ask this, and you like forget who I am. Cam, did you see the thing I know you don't like you don't care about? No. What if I do 1.6? Gad. You poor thing. Everybody feel bad for Gad for me. See, this is cool. Doesn't do what I want, and it creates more complications. That's not the one I wanted to click on. No, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it, Gad. It's just I have not bothered to look into any of it because I already know it's not going to appeal to me. So it's not really in my interest to look, you know, because it's like, well, I already know there's not going to be anything for me in that show. So what good does it do to me, right? Like it just doesn't benefit me to watch it, so. I can't go that way. I can go that way, but if I go there, it's gonna do the Z fighting, and if I go there, it's too far back. So I have to go like right there, which is on the halfway point of the pixels. But then that one's not even close. Why are... Oh, it's... Okay, I know why this is happening. So I need to go... Let's go there. Because then that at least... Oh, not quite. I need 1. 2. There. There. So now we get that little guy. And then we'll put a mantle across that, and we'll put a fake block here, which should hopefully line up well enough that we can have that. And then it has to be an armor stand block, though, because we want to make sure the smoke still goes through. That's the catch here, is we need to make sure what we do here, because if I put a slab here, right, then we lose that. And I don't want to... Why do you do that, game? Why do you, like, half work? Like, I don't want the smoke building up in there, so I'm still gonna get rid of it. But, like, why do you do that, game? Like, that... Why does this happen? This is the weirdest thing to me. That should not be happening. Minecraft and campfires is weird. I want all of it to go through, though. So in order to do this, I need to place you. Go here. Show arms, no gravity. Give you this. Go here. Invisible. Swap to head. Lock. Then I need to be 1.6. So there it is. Scoot back a little bit. And then we're going to just nudge you right on back into that corner. The only thing I thought was funny / interesting from what I had heard was in the Nintendo Direct. I heard one thing in the Nintendo Direct, and that was that you can drive around as a cow in the new Mario Kart, which is cool. Congratulations, cow. You deserve this. But that's it, you know. I think I need to do a 180 on that, so that's gonna flip down. I'm gonna nudge you up to there. And then 90? 180. Okay, you have the same texture no matter what angle you're at. That's fine. But there, because that's an armor stand instead, right? Because I used an armor stand here. Why? Yeah, because I use an armor stand here, all the smoke goes through. It doesn't get stopped. So from the person outside, they can't see that there's no hole there. I mean, they can if they zoom in. But there's going to also be a mantle there. So there's enough that's going to be blocking that they're not going to be able to see. And then on the outside, I can use the I can just use cobbled deep slate. I'm not going to be restricted and say, like, oh, you can only use this. Like, I'm fully able to do this. But I do need to, in order to do this, I need to move you up, like, 5. So I can go here and here. Then click on you again, and then do -5, put it back. I can't use those. I'm forgetting part of my own reason here. So, but like the idea is, right, like that is there. Now I'm gonna have to put something in this spot in order to stop the player from walking in. What can I place here to stop the player from walking into the chimney? What can... Okay. Glass panes generally work. Does smoke get stopped by a wall? I mean, I'm pretty sure smoke gets stopped by, like, fence posts, right? Like, that's gonna... It's gonna catch some of it. It lets more around. That's not too bad. And then that'll stop the player from walking all the way in. It doesn't stop all of it. It stops some of it. It stops the player. And I'm guessing the wall would stop even more. I don't have a wall on me to test that. Wait. Aww. That would have been cool. The smoke should be allowed through copper grates. Smoke should be allowed through copper grates. I stand by it. Can't water go through them? Why can't smoke go through them? Need... Two more? Yes. Okay. So I don't want to go too far with this spot, but I wanted to do a wall, right? A wall stops all of it. That's annoying. So it has to be a fence. I have to use a fence here, because the fence doesn't stop all of it. The fence narrows it, but it doesn't stop all of it. Still grumpy by that, though. That's weird. But from inside, this is going to be my concern right here, is that square. But we're going to take those and make you into a cobble deep slate. Go here, go here. Show arms, no gravity. Give you this. Swap to head, lock, invisible, hide arms. Okay. So this guy right here, right? This is our friend. This is Jeremy. Jeremy here is going to not go that way. Jeremy here is going to go back here. And then we need to move Jeremy down right there. Right? Simple. Now, every so often we do get a smoke particle that's where it shouldn't be. I can't do much about that unless I were to make this bigger. Which isn't the end of the world, right? Because we've got... That's not the one I want to click on. If I... Yeah, so if I do 1.8. And I do that. Then I click this guy. If I click the one above it. It's apparently going to be a dick here. We click the one above it. That... Let me click on the correct one. There. 1.8. And we line that up. Right. It sticks out a little bit, which I think actually works kind of nicely for what we're doing. We do that, especially because I still need to, in order to actually fully do this roof, this has to stick out. Polar bear! Polar bear! I've been attacked by a polar bear with a crossbow. But like the roof has to stick out from the building. That's what I did different here. I didn't stick that out as... Jesus. No! Those are vines, it's fine. So this is out further. This isn't quite how I designed the other building. Because all of these I have the walls sticking out much further than I do here, which is a bit concerning, right? Because these aren't sticking out from this at all. Because the wall is right there. So in order to pull this off, I need those there. And they'll have to be on this side. And they'll have to be on the back. So things are a little different than the dimensions I was giving them. I need to get rid of that one. And that one. And then I'm gonna have to put the tile down there in an armor stand. In a way it's not gonna be seen, but I also need mud right there. This is getting more complicated than I originally intended. This is getting more complicated than I originally intended. Okay. Okay. So, from the outside... This is the part that's a bit weird, right? So, from the outside, these are fine with where this is at. This is going to be a slightly bigger one. I did the walls differently here, right? The walls on the ones that are over the water are mostly suspended by the pillars. The ones inside or in the woods are not done the same. Because this is actually flush with the outside wall. For me to do the new one, because the logs are going to be slightly bigger, but they're going to appear smaller because of the shape. They're actually in line with the wall, and then I'm going to put expanded ones around it a little bit that cover slightly bigger. So there is a visual difference here, and I'm not 100% how this is going to turn out, and that's the wrong spot. But there's a distinct, like, visual difference going on. I'm going to put a pillar there. But then there's going to be the edge that's curled up. And that'll be fine. But, like, right here, things get a bit weird. That's fine. I actually like that. But it's gonna create some oddities while I make this, for sure. Yeah, you can see there's mud there, and we don't want that mud there. So we need this cobble deep slate, because, well, I don't know if it's going to be visible from out here, right? Because you're going to be here. You can see it there now, but if I put the mantle across, I think there's still going to be a line of it, so... Okay. We need... this wall. Are you armor stand? Yeah, you're an armor stand wall halfway in, and then you're a little further in to hide that. So we do need those still, but we need to cover up that. In order to cover that up, we go here, show arms, go there, no gravity, hide arms, invisible, lock, place on head, 1.6, move it down. I am worried this is going to turn into a black square, so I think the best way to do this is actually going to be the other way. So we're going to rotate that back, and then when we slide this back, if we go all the way back, it turns into that, but if we go there, it doesn't. And what I can actually do, I think, kind of angle this to like 75 degrees, and then we're going to move this up. Lining up the pixels right there. So what we've got now, we've got a little slope piece, right? And that just goes all the way up. And then that, for our fireplace, that works really nicely. And then that shouldn't be sticking up on the outside. That should be completely covered. Yeah, you can't see that. It's even if it were peeking through here. It's not visible in any way, right? No. So yeah, that works really well. That's annoying to me right there. So that little bit of smoke that's coming through occasionally, that can stop anytime. I don't think I have anything particularly that can cover that right now on me. I'd like, if I can... take some of that. It'll hide it a little bit. The real problem with this spot is that light is coming through more than anything, and I don't have a way to stop that because it's a campfire, right? The campfire is emitting the light. I don't think if I add a light level 1, this is something I'm unaware of. If I were to put a light level 1 next to a higher light level, would it cancel out the other light level spread? Like, I think I could put, in theory, a light level 1 here. We're gonna have to craft these down to it, but let's grab a lower light level. We're gonna see, can we stop a light level from passing through another light level? That'd be really interesting too, because then you could create like these really bright glowing squares that are affecting one surface. You could create a spotlight. Is what you could do. You could create a spotlight by doing this if this works. I have a feeling it won't, but no, it looks like it does not stop the light from traveling to the next square, which is a shame. I figured that would have worked really well. Actually, wait. No, that didn't work. Unless it's coming through there. That does work. Those are still lit, but it's not letting the light through to here. That did work. Okay. I need more light bulbs, but I'm thinking if I put one above the fireplace itself, that might solve my issue, right? Like if I were to place it right here, right? The campfire's still got its light. It's still emitting this way, but it won't be emitting there. Actually, I would just need it right there, because this would be blocked, this would be blocked, that's blocked. I just need to replace that one. I can't pick up the ones I've placed. That is one disadvantage of these. In order to make this, I need glass, copper. In order to make more, right? Because I have one. I apparently have one. But it's glass, copper, and glowberries. But yeah, I'm thinking I need to replace it right there. I do 5. It's not you, which I need to make sure I'm clicking on the right one. 5? Yes, you. This is not an easy spot to click on, and I don't want to waste my item. I need to get it right there. Is there a spot I can put? Right there. I think that put it in the right spot. I can't see it anymore. -5 puts it right back. Yeah, that's nowhere near as lit. So you can use it to block off the light. You can use it to block off the light level so it doesn't spread. That works great. And then because that's there, I can actually place these where I want these. I can place that in that spot. Give me one more, and I'm gonna go right. I think this one. But yeah, so placing that light level there allowed us to do that. We're gonna have to put a filler block in there. That's fine though. We're gonna have to do our chimney block, which is these. But my only concern now is that this is gonna be lit, because that is still technically lit by the one below it, which we don't exactly want. Like that is lit up right now because of it being lit by the one below. We'll have to see how this turns out, but let's go here. There. Show arms, no gravity, give you that. No show arms. Swap the head. Lock. 1 point. We're going to make you slightly smaller. 1.5. Lower you down a ways. Slide you back 2 blocks. Okay, it still has to be at least 1.6. Oh, because I did 1.8 on the one, so let's make it 1.7. Right there, not invisible. That's looking good. And we're still over the lip of that one a little bit. I'm a little sad that that is doing that out that side. I don't think it... Yeah, it's doing it out of both sides. I can't do much about that because Minecraft is annoying. But if we just put like a smokestack cap, the more metallic ones, or like a filter of some kind, I think it'll be fine. Or we can just do another... We could just do another one, right? It's not... Yeah, we go like this. We can't fall in because there's a thing there. There's a fence there. I need another fence though. Fence. Okay. Got another fence. Take the fence. 4. Place. Place. There's nothing here. Place. Am I stupid? 4. Am I stupid? Four. What was I clicking on? Why did my phone vibrate? What do you want? It's fine. Apparently I just didn't move them up high enough. Okay. So we do that, and then this one has to be there so that way we don't walk through it. You can see, like, there, now it's a solid wall. I'm gonna have to do some sort of cap to make it make sense that the because like I don't want people to be up here and go, well, that's not the top of the block. So I'm gonna have to do some sort of spot that at least mimics an opening, and I don't know. Do like a cauldron. Would a cauldron would work pretty well, right? But cauldrons, when held in an armor stand, are not proper, are they? Like, I'm just thinking about that. Like, cauldrons in an when held are 2D object, so that doesn't work. Hoppers when held are a 2D object, so that doesn't work. I don't know what I could use. I don't know what options I have. to make this do what I want, and I'm trying to figure out what that could even be. Right, like we can do this. This works. This is good. Right? This is fine. But from here I can clearly see that that is the top of a block, and I don't want that. Like I like having this chimney. I think the chimney works. It's not extremely visible, but regular chimneys aren't really extremely tall. This is more than enough height. But I need something on top that makes it go, hey, this is the top. You're not really supposed to be looking at this, but we've put something there. Because you can jump up. So I can't even do it just like one thing. I could do... No, that wouldn't work. I could do like 2 more of these, but that feels excessive. Like, I feel like one more item is all I can really fit up here space-wise, right? Like, height-wise. I feel like 1 is more than enough. So the question is, what should I put on top of this chimney that solves that design flaw for me? And it's... I don't know. I don't know what should go up here. Does anybody have any thoughts? Like, what should be on top of this chimney? I'm stumped. I'm stumped! I'm stumped. My brain is fried. There might be a player head that works for it, but those are only 8 pixels by 8 pixels, so that doesn't necessarily aesthetically do what I want. That was a lag spike. I'm trying to think if I've used anything that would work for it, if there's any... What blocks could work here? Like, my brain really, really wants to use, like, a hopper. Because I think a hopper would be great, but a hopper isn't... A hopper isn't the right shape for it. I appreciate your wares, but I don't think any of these are gonna work for me. Sorry, Chelsea. Sorry. Yeah, because hoppers on player heads don't work. Cauldrons on player heads don't work unless I get a player head cauldron. We could go that route. Let me open up the site. Minecraft. Minecraft heads working now? They were down the other day. They are still not working. Awesome. Cauldron. Search. Couple options here. Couple options. Those ones are smiling. I'd rather not have a smiling one. A lot of these are actually pretty much what I need. I need the clean one, that one. I'm gonna copy this text. So, if you didn't catch my stream of this the other day, we have this lovely item here. I've lost my mouse. Where do you keep coming from? Anyway. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to grab these here. So we grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I'm gonna make 4 of these. Okay. And then we take this book, right? And this book right now has some code in there. We're gonna replace the code. Let me just go here and we go, you go in that spot, you go in that spot, you go in there. We're basically making a printer, and it's going to print on this block of quartz, and it's going to give us some player heads. Now this is designed to work, gives us our book back, we take that, and now we've got some cauldrons. Mini cauldron player head blocks. Because this is the best way I can think to do this without losing my mind over trying, quiet fear, without losing my mind trying to do this, is the player head. There's probably better options, but this is what I'm going with. Fear, what? Dude, hi. Okay. He's screamy boy. Speaking of cats, did you know I changed out one of my cat emotes? Fear, dude, hi. Changed out one of the cat emotes. So if you were a fan of the cat emotes, there's now a different cat emote. 1.6, because I think it needs to be that big, and then we'll need to size it. But there is our cauldron player head. It's slightly different than the Minecraft one, which is good for what we want right now, but we need to move this back 2. Now this is going to be probably, yes, so this is a full-size block, which actually creates a kind of nice cap. Kind of like that. Like, that works. The thing about player heads is when you need the player head, you have no idea where the hell it is in that list. Because I am trying to align this guy. I could do there. Can make it a little bit smaller. Not that far. 5. And then I want to move it down pretty far. Where is that cauldron hiding, though? Oh, it's the very top one. Okay. There. Right? Like, that works. That works as our chimney cap. It's similar enough to a Minecraft block that it fits in, but that is just a player head that we have placed on that. It makes sense. Matches up. It even looks like it's kind of got some grime because of the way it hugs over the block. But I think that works really well. Now, did I lock you? I think I locked you, but let's make sure. Modify. It is locked. Okay. So we have a chunk of the fireplace. We're not done with the fireplace. We're not. We've got a chunk of the fireplace though sorted out, which is nice. We've got that going. Everything's clean. Everything's good. Grab some more of the honeycomb. We got 8 now. Yeah, so the bee is regularly going in and out. This is what we want. I need to grab, before I forget, I'm going to grab the beehives that we already have. Or the beehive that Avon was kind enough to gift us. And we'll breed some more bees. So we'll try and kind of fill out the beehives that exist. But I'm going to be ending soon because my brain's not doing the best today. It's been... It's a day. It's a day. I need to go back 1 step. Grab you. You go back 1 step. And then this one's fine. Hi, Fear. Yes, I've been saying hello to you. Hi. Please lay down, bud. Please lay down. Okay. So Avon gifted us some bees. Over here, Avon stuck us with some contraband bees. Thank you again, Avon. I appreciate that. Because our bees died, and Avon was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna give you some bees." So we're gonna grab some sunflowers because we need to. We got plenty of sunflowers somewhere. Also, I'm gonna open this and throw in our cauldrons. There we go. We'll just grab 64. Let's snooze. Boop. Ba 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 ba. For anyone curious about the music, it is the Wanderstop soundtrack that is currently playing. It will not be in the VOD, though, for those who watch the VOD. Okay. So, first things first. We're going to place down this beehive. So those bees will pop out. Eventually. And they'll spend time with this bee over here. Please leave the hive. Leave the hive. They will leave eventually. They will leave eventually. Exit the hive, please. Exit the hive, please. I am aware you are in the hive. Please exit said hive. Here, quit being obnoxious and lay down. There were 2 bees in the hive. Leave the hive, please. Leave the hive, please. I'm having lag issues and I'm tired of it, and I would like to not be having said issues. Please. Thank you. Pretty please. Oh, I heard a bee. There, you. Take that. Not that. That's the same one as before. Okay, one of them did leave. You. Thank you. Find a new home. Over here. Please and thank you. Swear to God, if you die, I'm gonna lose it. Grow to adulthood. Grow to adulthood. Please don't steal all of my sunflowers, please. Grow to adulthood. Be an adult. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go right over here where I can see you cleanly. Okay. Okay. No. No. You. Come on.
You can do anything you set your mind to.
Except for make this bee grow up, apparently. was like, why is that one so big? It's because it's close. Depth perception. Okay, it's an adult. There we go. Got another one. Good. Here's the thing. I just need a bunch of bees to find their homes in here. So if I go like this, then I go like this. It's fine. Just pollinate whatever, but like, please just make babies. So that way I don't worry about you all drowning to death. I gave you a decent amount of flowers near where you were. You don't need to travel far, okay? You do not need to go on this massive trip to get flowers. You're fine. Please. Like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get even more. There. I have a lot of these. Let's... Let's see, how we doing? Okay. They're trying. They're trying. They're still struggling a little bit, and I think it's because of these roots in the way. And the trapdoor may not be the best for them, but they did make it in, right? And that's the key thing. We need, as long as they can make it in, they have a home, which means they will head back here, regardless of how things go. And then they're inside those, which is good. We'll have a nice cozy interior. It'll be fine. Oh, it's stressful though. It's stressful. Okay. I know it is it's been 3 hours, but it's technically a shorter stream because I normally do 4 hours on Wednesday morning. But I did mention my brain is not doing the best, and I'm probably just gonna go take a nap, and hope I feel better. So I am gonna be calling it. Hey VJ, you're catching me on the tail end, but I need to let my brain kind of reset because it did not sleep well. But I really appreciate y'all coming by and spending time here. Thank you again to Cleo for the raid. Thank you, Mick Leslie, for the bits. Thank you, Lupican, for the bits. And thank you, Somi, for the resub. I really do appreciate y'all. I can't understate that. I want to send you somewhere. I'm going to send you today, I think, over to... I'm going to send you over to my friend Cinder. Cinder is currently playing Minecraft Bingo. Cinder is chill. I'm sure he'll be happy to have you, okay? So go be lovely to Cinder. And just relax and yeah. But I appreciate y'all a lot. I really, really do. I love streaming. I love spending time with y'all. It means the world to me. And just thank you. Genuinely, thank you. I appreciate you. But I will catch y'all next time. Hopefully later tonight. Hopefully the nap goes well. If not, you can always check the Discord. I might post about it on Blue Sky, but mainly the Discord. There's the link. You can keep up to date on things on that. But I love and appreciate y'all. I hope you have a good one. That said, see ya. Love ya. Bye-bye.